10 Isekai harem anime with an overpowered main character. Number 10. Demon Spirit Seed Manual. On his way to a convention, Yuan Ding, an otaku, finds himself transported to another world, a fantasy world, with magic and demons. After failing the entrance exam at Shuoyue Academy, he decides to become a gardener, where he learns about the fairy seed. Yuan Ding's life in another world begins, aiming to collect the fairies said to exist in the legends to change his destiny and become the protagonist of this new world. Number 9. Demon King Daimao. Dreaming of changing the world for good, Akuto Sai transfers to Constant Magic Academy, where he befriends a virtuous ninja clan member, Junko Hattori. On the way to the academy, they vow to make the world a better place together. However, the situation suddenly takes a turn for the worse upon his arrival. It is prophesied that he will become the Demon King. As word of his destiny spreads, the school begins to fear him, and Junko's trust in him falters. While Akuto is determined to not let his predicted future control his fate, it seems as though everything he says and does only serve to reinforce the fact that he is destined to be the Demon King. Moreover, he is surrounded by a harem of beautiful girls who each have their own plans for him, ranging from bringing him to justice to simply showering him with love. With his newly awakened powers, Akuto must cope with his constantly growing list of misfortunes and fight to prove that his fate is not set in stone. Number 8. The greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. The demon lord Varvatos is bored and isolated by his vast power and lack of challenges, so he commits suicide, intending to eventually reincarnate as an average boy. 3,000 years later, he reincarnates as the human Ard Meteor, though he is still extraordinarily powerful and retains knowledge of ancient magic lost to history. After befriending the elf Irina Litz de Olhede, they join the Academy of Magic. After he rescues the succubus Ginny Finn de Salvin, they form a team and go on adventures, while Irina and Ginny compete for Ard's affections. Number 7. Wise Man's Grandchild. In the kingdom of Earlshide, Merlin Wolford was once regarded as a national hero, hailed for both his power and achievements. Preferring a quiet life, however, he secludes himself deep in the rural woods, dedicating his time to raising an orphan that he saved. This orphan is Shin, a normal salaryman in modern-day Japan who was reincarnated into Merlin's world while still retaining his past memories. As the years pass, Shin displays unparalleled talent in both magic casting and martial arts, much to Merlin's constant amazement. On his 15th birthday, however, it becomes apparent that Shin only developed his combat skills and nothing else, leaving him with blatant social awkwardness, a lack of common sense, and a middling sense of responsibility. As a result, Shin enrolls in the kingdom's magic academy to hone his skills and mature among other teenagers. However, living a normal life is impossible, as he is established as a local celebrity almost as soon as he arrives. As Shin Wolford adjusts to his high school life in the capital, he makes new friends, learns about the world, and fights off the various forces of evil surrounding him and his city. Number 6. Saga of Tanya the Evil. In 2013 of modern-era Tokyo, an unnamed atheist Japanese salaryman, in the moment of being murdered by a disgruntled subordinate whom he had fired due to poor performance at work, is confronted by an entity that declares itself to be God, who condemns the salaryman for not having faith. The salaryman disbelieves in its existence, criticizes its various statements from his perspective as an atheist, and mockingly terms it as being X. The entity decides to reincarnate the salaryman into a world where he would face sufficiently difficult circumstances to turn to being X for help. The salaryman is reborn as Tanya de Gurchaf, an orphaned girl in an alternate universe's equivalent of Imperial Germany, known as the Empire, in which World War I has been delayed until the 1920s, and where magic has been incorporated into the military. According to Being X, if Tanya either does not die a natural death or refuses to have faith in it, her soul will leave the cycle of reincarnation and will be sent to hell for the countless sins that Tanya has committed in her previous life. In search for an escape, Tanya decides to join the Empire's Mage Corps and fight in the war, hoping to reach a high enough rank as fast as possible to remain far from the battlefield, and in this way avoid the risk of being killed. Even if she's now forced to speak with a young girl's lips, Tanya soon turns into a ruthless soldier who prioritizes efficiency and her own career over anything else, even the lives of those beneath her, especially those that get on her bad side. Number 5. The legendary hero is dead. Scion Bladen sealed away the Demon King and his army at Hell's Gate. Now, with the Demon King ready to rise again, Scion jumps back into battle to face his sworn enemy. Unfortunately, he ends up getting killed in a pit trap dug by farmer Tuka Scott, who was trying to defend himself from the demons. With no other option, necromancer Anri Haysworth puts Tuka's perverted soul in the deceased body of Scion to pose as him. Along with Tuka's childhood friend Yuna Eunice, the three mismatched heroes must rise to the challenge and seal the gates of hell. Number 4. The Hidden Dungeon. Only I can enter. Hidden dungeons are a place of legends where rare treasures and items are concealed. Some are lucky to find them, like Noir Stardaya, the third son of a minor noble family, who acquires an exceptional skill that provides him great knowledge. As a result, however, it causes him to have painful headaches. Noir is given a job offer by his childhood friend Emma Brightness, who has a cure for his headaches. After Noir encounters difficulty with employment, he wishes to become an adventurer and finds a dungeon and the legendary adventurer Olivia Servant, who has been trapped inside for centuries. Olivia gives Noir 3 powerful skills, which he uses to improve his power and enroll at the Hero Academy. Number 3. Conception. On the day of his graduation, Itsuki Yuge learns that his cousin and childhood friend Mahiru is pregnant. But before anything can happen, Itsuki and Mahiru are taken to the magical world of Granvania, which is currently being invaded by monsters. The only people who can fight and exorcise the monsters are the Star Children, mystical beings that can only be produced by the 12 shrine maidens of the constellations. Itsuki has been chosen to father the Star Children with the maidens. If he wants to get back home with Mahiru, Itsuki must step up to be a man. But how will he be able to manage a host of 12 ladies? Number 2. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Powerful exorcist Haruyoshi Kugano is betrayed and fatally wounded by his student. Using a reincarnation spell to be reborn, Haruyoshi vows to become unbeatable in his new life. However, his spell goes awry. Rather than being reborn in Japan, his soul ends up in another world similar to European medieval era. Reborn as Seika Lamprogue, he sees the world uses magic that functions differently than his jutsu, though this doesn't stop him from his plans. He now just wants a peaceful life, but his curiosity and iota of compassion lead him into trouble repeated. Number 1. The world of Otome games is tough for mobs. Office worker Leon is reincarnated into a particularly punishing dating sim video game, where women reign supreme and only beautiful men have a seat at the table. But Leon has a secret weapon. He remembers everything from his past life, which includes a complete playthrough of the very game in which he is now trapped. Watch Leon spark a revolution to change this new world in order to fulfill his ultimate desire of living a quiet, easy life in the countryside. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more anime lists.